It was my first time meeting Jessica's parents, and honestly, I was absolutely crushing it. Her folks treated me like I was the Prince of England. Her mom was beaming like a lighthouse, and her dad even cracked open a bottle of the vintage wine he'd been saving for a special occasion. They cooked a massive Italian feast, homemade from scratch. We were laughing, joking, hell, I was practically planning the bachelor party in my head. Then I ate one single ravioli. The moment I swallowed that cheesy bastard, the atmosphere didn't just change, it shattered like glass. Jessica's dad flipped the heavy oak table, sending plates, wine, and marinara sauce crashing everywhere. It looked like a murder scene. He got right in my face, veins bulging in his neck like thick ropes, screaming like a total maniac. My daughter must be cursed to be with a sick bastard like you. How dare you? Get the hell out of my house. I was completely blindsided. I thought maybe I broke some weird old school Italian family tradition. I looked at Jessica, desperate for backup, but she wasn't looking at me with those love you eyes anymore. She looked at me like I was a piece of dog shit she just scraped off her heel. Jason, she said, her voice dripping with pure venom. We're done. What? Are you kidding me? I stammered, panic rising in my throat like bile. I ate a ravioli, Jess. That's it. I'm sorry if I offended your ancestors or whatever. I didn't know. She didn't let me finish. She grabbed my wrist and literally dragged me to the front door. As she shoved me out onto the porch, I grabbed the door frame, begging like a simp. You can dump me fine, but give me a reason. 3 years, Jess. You owe me that much. You know exactly what you did, she sneered, her face twisted in pure hate. I never thought you were this kind of pervert, Jason. You make me sick. Slam. She kicked the door shut with full force. My right hand was still on the frame. The heavy wood crushed my fingers with a sickening crunch. I screamed as my hand turned into a throbbing mess of purple and blue pulp. I sat on the Amtrak back to campus, cradling my mangled hand, tears stinging my eyes. 3 years. This was the girl who used to cry if I got a paper cut. Now she crushes my hand because I ate pasta? What on earth is going on? I was spiraling. I needed to vent before I exploded. I pulled out my phone and called Mike. We've been best friends since kindergarten. I saved his life once when we were kids, pushed his dumb ass out of the way of a speeding truck and broke my own arm doing it. He owes me his life. Dude, you won't believe this psycho shit. I raged into the phone. Jessica dumped me. Her dad went nuclear. All because I ate a ravioli at their house. I expected Mike to laugh, to call them crazy, to be on my side. Wait, Mike's voice dropped. It was dead serious. Cold. You ate their ravioli? Yeah, man, it was just a cheese and meat ravioli. Who gives a she? Jason? Mike sounded breathless, terrified. Tell me exactly how you ate it, every detail. Now! I was confused, but I trusted him. So I described it. How I used my fork, how I cut it, how I chewed it, even how I swallowed the damn thing. I just ate it like a normal human being, Mike. What is the problem? Silence. Then a cold, hard click. Beep, beep, beep. He hung up on me. I texted him. WTF? Failed to send. Red exclamation mark. I checked Facebook. Blocked. Instagram. Blocked. Snapchat. Blocked. Finally, one text came through from an unknown number. It was Mike. People like you deserve to die. Don't ever contact me again. I felt like the ground was dissolving under my feet. My girlfriend? Gone. My brother from another mother? Wants me dead. And all because of a stupid piece of dough and meat. Paranoia set in. They had to be screwing, right? This had to be an elaborate gaslighting prank to get rid of me so they could hook up. I was so pussed I couldn't sleep. I hired a private investigator the next morning. I was gonna catch these scumbags, but the PI came back with nothing. Kid, they don't know each other, never met, no calls, no texts, you're clean. I was broke, confused, and alone. I scoured the internet. Is eating ravioli a taboo? Superstitions about pasta? Nothing. Just recipes for grandma's sauce. I tried to keep my head down and focus on finals. I figured if I just stayed away from Italian food, I'd be safe. Then came the New Year's Eve charity gala. The dean made it mandatory for all student leaders. I tried to bail, telling my counselor I was sick. Jason, you're the class president, Mr. Henderson snapped. He was usually a chill guy, but today he looked at me with cold, dead eyes. If you skip this, I'm stripping your title and putting a black mark on your permanent record. Get your ass in there. I had no choice. The event was a global potluck. I was praying for pizza or tacos, but of course my rival Chad, a rich, arrogant prick who's been trying to steal my spot for years, was running the food station. Hey, Jason! Chad grinned, holding out a plate. Homemade ravioli, my grandmother's recipe. I froze. I'm good, Chad. I think I'm allergic to pork. Oh, don't worry, Chad smirked, his goons snickering behind him. I made a special batch just for you. Spinach and cheese. No meat. You have to try one. The dean is watching. He was right. The dean, the faculty, everyone was staring at me. If I refused, I'd look like a stuck-up jerk. Chad was setting me up. I had to risk it. Last time I ate it voluntarily. This time I was being forced. Maybe that makes a difference? I took the fork. My hand was shaking. I shoved the ravioli into my mouth and swallowed it whole, barely chewing. Silence. Dead silence. The chatter in the cafeteria stopped instantly. I looked up. 300 people were staring at me. Their expressions weren't just angry, they were horrified, like I had just murdered a puppy on stage and laughed about it. You sick person! My roommates jumped up from the table, knocking their chairs over. I can't believe we let a pervert like you sleep in our room, one screamed. Mr. Henderson, we want him out. Now! I didn't do anything, I screamed back, backing away. Chad gave it to me. You all saw it. Mr. Henderson walked up to me, his face pale. Jason, I regret ever letting you lead this class. You are a stain on this university. Pack your shit. You're on academic probation effective immediately. I was evicted from the dorms that night. My roommates threw my clothes out the third-story window. As I gathered my underwear from the muddy lawn, students leaned out their windows chanting, "Freak! Freak! Freak!" I rented a crappy motel room on the edge of town. The kind of place where the sheets have stains that tell stories you don't want to hear. I was losing my mind. Was I hallucinating? Did Chad drug the food? I went to the security office the next day, bribing the guard to see the cafeteria tapes. I needed to see what I actually ate. Maybe it wasn't ravioli. Maybe it was, I don't know, a human ear. I watched the tape 3 times. It was just a ravioli. I just ate it. Nothing weird. I went to the hospital. I demanded a psych eval. Doc, everyone hates me when I eat pasta. Am I crazy? The doctor looked at the security footage I showed him on my phone. His sympathetic face hardened into stone. He pressed a button under his desk. 2 security guards burst in. Get this piece of trash out of my hospital, the doctor spat. We treat sick people here, not monsters like you. I was dragged out and thrown onto the sidewalk like a bag of garbage. When I got back to the motel, the landlord was waiting with a baseball bat. Get out. I don't want your money. Just leave. I had nowhere left to go. I took a bus back home. My family was my last hope. My mom has terminal cancer. She's frail, sweet, and loves me more than anything. My dad and younger brother have always had my back. When I got home, they didn't ask questions. They just saw I was broken. They fed me, let me sleep, and didn't mention school. My brother, who usually stays at his college dorm, came home just to hang out with me. For a week, I felt safe. I almost forgot about the curse. Then came the night I decided to go back and face the music. One last meal before you go, Mom said, her voice weak. She walked out of the kitchen holding a steaming plate. My blood ran cold. Ravioli. Mom, I can't, I whispered. Tears welled up in her eyes. Jason, I don't know how much time I have left. This might be the last meal I ever cook for you, please? Just for me? Guilt hit me like a truck. How could I say no to my dying mother? Okay, I lied. Pack it up. I'll eat it on the bus. She smiled, relieved. I carefully packed the ravioli into a Tupperware container. Everyone seemed fine. No screaming, no table flipping. I grabbed my bag and reached for the doorknob. I was safe. I was leaving. Jason! A scream ripped through the air. It was Mom. I turned around. She was pointing at me, her face contorted in pure horror. How could I give birth to something like you? She collapsed, fainting from the shock. Mom! I yelled, dropping my bag. My dad grabbed a heavy iron floor lamp. He didn't look like my dad anymore. He looked like an executioner. I'm going to kill you! I'm going to kill you, you son of a bitch! Crack. The lamp smashed into my skull. Blood poured down my face, blinding me. I scrambled back, slipping on the floor. Dad, stop! It's me! My brother ran out of the bathroom. Dad, what are you doing? Put it down! He's your brother! My brother screamed, shielding me with his body. If you touch him again, I'm calling the cops! I sobbed, clutching my brother's leg. Finally, someone was on my side. Then, Mom woke up. She crawled over, grabbed my brother's arm, and whispered something in his ear. I couldn't hear it, but I saw the color drain from my brother's face. He looked at me. The love was gone, replaced by a darkness I had never seen before. He walked to the kitchen counter, grabbed the butcher knife, and turned back to me. You need to die, he said calmly. Jason, you really need to die. I scrambled backward, kicking the door open, adrenaline flooding my system. As I ran out into the rainy night, I glanced back one last time. My phone was lying on the floor where I dropped it. The screen was still on. Mom must have seen it. I squinted through the blood and rain. I saw what was on the screen, and suddenly, I understood. I understood why Jessica dumped me, why Mike told me to die, why the school expelled me, why my own mother fainted and my brother wanted to butcher me.
To continue, tap the arrow in the bottom right corner and copy the link, then tap the CapCut icon in the bottom left. Finally, click the red button.